Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining us here on THV 11 Plus. Karen is off today. Ashley and Tracy are here getting you ready for the day as traffic started to pick up a little bit at the 6:30 half hour.
That's right. We're starting to see that volume now. We're in the 7 o'clock hour, so
let's go. It's your prime time.
It's go time.
Do you put on like football players? You put on the eye black and the gloves.
I'm like,
tape up the knuckles. Like get ready to go. Like this is it.
Yeah.
This is perfect time.
And really from 7 till about 8:20. That's
8:20?
really when we see the heaviest.
Yes.
Yeah, the heaviest traffic. So get ready. It's time.
I feel like you need a pregame interview every time. It's like, what are we expecting today? How can we go out there and make it the best traffic day possible?
The coach pregame.
Yeah.
Give us a pep talk.
Tell them to pick you off on a tight shot, two shot. Just
no.
Pep talk for the drivers out there.
All right.
Pep talk. You ready?
You got me? No.
Probably not. I called this out. This wasn't planned, so forgive this guy.
I don't do well under pressure like this. Okay.
It's like
my husband is a coach. I didn't get it.
There you go.
There we go.
What are we gonna do out there driving to work?
Let's go. You've got this. All right. Just take it slow. 10 and 2, okay? Keep your eyes on the road. Look, set the mirrors before you get going. Put on that seatbelt. You've got this, okay? We're going to make it there on time and safely this morning, okay? All right, woo! Let's do it. Let's do this.
Visual aids. Visual aids, too.
Yeah. All right, now we're going over to the board here for the X's and O's. This is what's happening right now on Interstate 630. Just wanted to show off this sunrise. Tracy and I are trying to outdo each other right now with the most beautiful sunrise shot that we can find. No?
We're about to do
really? Okay. This is really pretty. Even a plane. Yeah, a plane even taking off right here. Wow, Hayden is really impressed by that. And a bus? Do you like the bus too?
I'm ready to I'm ready to take the field right now.
All right.
I'm ready to drive to the grocery store safely and effectively. Let's do this.
Safely and effectively.
Yes.
So this is what's going on right now. You can see traffic a little bit light right now in downtown Little Rock. We're looking at he wants the crowd to get pumped up. We're looking at a little bit of a slowdown here on 30 eastbound, which is pretty typical. This is around Alexander. Looks like it's slowing down quite a bit, which I don't think is a big surprise to anyone if you're coming in on 30 eastbound anywhere from the 430 interchange past Alexander. And our drives into downtown Little Rock look pretty good. If you're coming in from Conway, no issues. Starting to increase a little bit if you're coming in from Benton and Cabot too. Tracy, can you get us as hyped for the weather today as we are for the traffic?
Well, I'm going to have to take an L on that sunrise. Although mine is beautiful, yours I think won. So I'm going to have to recoup, and I'm going to need a pep talk on that too. But overall today, it's going to be good. I'm going to pump myself up here. You ready? Let's talk about it. It's 38. The good news is it's not below freezing. Thank you very much. We are going to warm up today a lot. So go grab a snack, grab some coffee, get ready for the day because it's going to be a good one. Around the state, we are seeing a few 20s and pushing close to 40 in a few areas, but we're going to start to see a little wind today, but that wind's just going to motivate you and push you to do great things today. Looking for a high of 55 and plenty of sunshine. So go ahead and get ready for another great day Friday, and that's going to prep us for the weekend. Saturday, get all those things done. We were talking about the plants, the pipes, the pets, the people, because Saturday night into Sunday, things are going to get cold. We are talking about some Arctic air that's making its way here this weekend. The good news, we're only going to have to deal with it for a couple of days, but on Sunday when you wake up, it is going to be 35 degrees and we're going to see a wind chill close to 13. So go ahead and get ready for that. Overall, it's going to be a great couple of days.
All right, Tracy, thank you. Happening today, day 3 of the trial for a man accused of manslaughter. Now, Desmond Incala is accused of fatally striking Officer Victor Montgomery outside Joe T. Robinson Elementary back in August of 2023. THV 11's Tamer Knight joins us in studio with the details from inside the courtroom.
Well, Hayden, it's been an emotional few days inside the courtroom where testimonies took place as prosecutors and the defense continued to lay out their case in the trial of Mr. Desmond Incala. Mr. Incala faces 1 count of manslaughter in the death of Officer Victor Montgomery. Juries heard from the doctor who examined Officer Montgomery after the incident, and out of respect for his family, we won't go into details about the images shown in court, but the doctor testified that the cause of death was multiple injuries. The court also heard from one of Mr. Incala's co-workers coworkers who said he seemed extremely tired on the day of the incident. Nicola testified that he was alert while working a 16-hour overtime shift and said he remained alert as he drove home until he reached the area near Joe T. Robinson High School. That's where he claims he blacked out. Prosecutors highlighted inconsistencies, pointing out that Nicola initially told officers he was tired from his shift. The defense, however, pointed to a sleep apnea diagnosis he received in 2024, nearly 1 year after the incident, arguing it may have played a role. Now, the family of Officer Montgomery has been in the courtroom this week, and they told us they are simply seeking closure, especially as they face anniversaries, birthdays, and the holidays without him. Closing arguments and jury deliberations are expected to begin this morning at 10 o'clock, and we'll continue to keep you updated as the case moves forward. For THV 11 News, I'm Tamer Knight.
All right, Tamer, thank you for that update. In other news this morning, a cherished community memorial in Little Rock that displays a field of crosses set up to honor victims of violence has been vandalized. THV 11's Journey Taylor shares a message from organizers hoping to restore a powerful symbol in the historic Central High neighborhood that once stood for loss, remembrance, and a call for peace.
The Robert St. McIntosh Mock Cemetery dates back to 1962, and organizers tell me, well, this is the first time they've ever dealt with vandalism. Wooden crosses once stretched across this field, each one representing a life lost to violence. The memorial was created by the late activist Robert St. McIntosh, a tradition his foundation now continues.
Placed and put up here.
Dorotha McIntosh, CEO of the foundation and widow of Robert McIntosh, says for decades, each year, McIntosh and supporters erected a cross each time a homicide occurred in the city. A stark living tally meant to honor the lives lost and also push to stop the violence. But recently, the site was left destroyed.
It's going to take muscles that I don't have. I need some help to get it concreted back into the ground.
This is concrete.
Yeah.
A blow many here say is as much symbolic as it is physical.
I was somewhat alarmed that someone would vandalize and break down something that's in the community to help the community and uphold the community.
She says a police report has been filed as she doesn't want to send the message that this kind of destruction goes unchallenged.
If you're asking for attention, you got it, come and help us. Come be a part of us.
The foundation is now calling on the community to help rebuild, to place the crosses back, to resume the tradition. They plan to restore the memorial before the new year, just in time for their annual balloon release and prayer vigil, when the crosses are traditionally erected to start the year with peace and remembrance.
We may not be blood brothers and sisters, but we all have something in common. And what I see that common thread is we're trying to survive. We're trying to live in peace.
And Mrs. McIntosh says the damages really only total out to about $300, but it's also the manpower needed that's also a concern. However, more importantly, she says, for those in the area, remember, if you see something, say something. I'm Journey Taylor for THV 11 News.
To national news this morning, tensions are climbing in the Caribbean after U.S. forces seized a sanctioned Venezuelan oil tanker Wednesday, just minutes after it left port. The White House says the ship was part of an illicit oil network tied to terrorist groups and used for years to move sanctioned oil between Venezuela and Iran. Venezuela is calling the move a serious international crime and says it plans to defend its sovereignty. Venezuela President Nicolas Maduro claims Washington is pushing for regime change to gain control of the country's oil reserves. In an interview with Politico this week, President Trump issued a warning to the Venezuelan leader.
His days are numbered.
Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't want to rule in or out. I don't talk about it.
U.S. officials say the crackdown is part of President Trump's strategy to pressure Venezuela's government while expanding counter-drug operations across the region. In Washington, lawmakers are discussing the National Defense Authorization Act. The bill would fund the military and set Pentagon priorities for next year. It overwhelmingly passed in the House, and this morning a couple of Arkansas lawmakers are weighing in to tell us how they feel about it. Starting with Congressman French Hill, who voted for the amendment, saying in part that the bill gives our military what it needs to counter the posed threats by China and Russia. Also, by passing it, Congress is doing its job to support the armed forces. Congressman Bruce Westerman also voted to pass the bill and echoed the response from Hill, while adding that it exemplifies bipartisan work to bolster our national defense capabilities. This comes as the Senate is gearing up for a vote on two competing health care bills as federal COVID-era subsidies set to surge at the end of this year. Democrats want to extend the aid while Republicans pushing for an overhaul, though neither proposal is expected to pass. President Trump used an economic speech in Pennsylvania to blame Democrats for rising costs while highlighting his administration's record. The White House also rolled out a new expedited visa program, the Trump Gold Card, which starts at $1 million for visitors who offer what officials call a substantial benefit to the United States. State Highway Police have pulled at least 8 commercial truck drivers out of service in the last 3 days for not being fluent in English. It's part of an enforcement crackdown at the newly reopened truck inspection area on I-30 in Saline County. Earlier this year, officers resumed pulling truck drivers off the road and citing them if they failed to prove they understood English during the stop. The chief of the Arkansas Highway Police said immigration officers detained some of those drivers cited this week. Some exciting news. College students pursuing conservation-related majors can now apply for scholarship funding for the Arkansas Game and Fish. The program is open to any Arkansas resident attending any in-state college, and the awards will cover the 2026-27 academic year. Applicants must hold at least a 2.75 GPA and keep that average if they are selected. Incoming freshmen and sophomores can receive $2,500 per semester, while juniors and seniors qualify for $5,000 per semester. Students are also required to complete 40 volunteer hours with AGFC. And in a statement, the commission says it will allow students to, quote, make contacts, get on-the-ground training, work experience, and all that good stuff. Speaking of all that good stuff, Ashley King, roads.
Roads are pretty good
How's
right
all that
now.
stuff?
Yeah,
Pretty good?
and this sunrise is a lot of good
pretty
stuff.
good. It's good
It's
stuff.
not bad, right?
Pretty good.
We're looking at Interstate 430. This is off of the Big Rock Water Tower. Beautiful view this morning. Just a great sunrise as you're heading out to start your day. And the traffic is light so far. I mean, we are seeing our typical slowdowns for your morning commute in those places like the North Terminal interchange, and this place though, this area 430 and the interchange there at the Big Rock Water Tower, it's looking pretty good. So let's get a closer look at where those slowdowns are and what you can expect. Just now starting to slow down here at the North Terminal interchange, just on 440 west. It looks okay right now. Also 57 southbound. I'm sure we'll see that volume increase here in the next 15-20 minutes, but 30 westbound starting to move a little bit slow, and then of course it's already slow here on 30 eastbound, anywhere from 430 interchange back to Bryant right now. Right around Alexander, you can see on 30 eastbound it's moving at 27 miles per hour. Our drive times from around the metro starting to increase just a little bit, especially if you're coming in from Benton. 22 minutes to downtown, still not bad, but it is starting to increase by a couple of minutes every time we check as we get closer to 8 o'clock. Tracy?
Well, the good news is we've got a gorgeous day ahead today and tomorrow, and then things are going to get a little colder. So let's talk temperatures. We are going to dive into that. Today we're looking for a high around 55. It will be a bit breezy, not quite as windy as yesterday, but certainly there. And these winds are going to come out of the south, so that's going to help warm us up today and tomorrow, because tomorrow we're looking for a high in around low 60s. So big changes headed our way as we're heading into Saturday into Sunday. You can see on Saturday looking for those highs, and then Sunday you're going to wake up and it's going to be very cold, which we'll look at here in a second. But the high only around 35. Monday starts out really cold, but gets a little bit better. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way back up into those 50s as we're heading into early next week. Now, those mornings are certainly where you're going to feel things. As we mentioned, we've got that boundary pushing through. When you wake up on Sunday morning, it's going to be around 26 degrees in central Arkansas, and it's going to feel closer to 13. And on Monday morning, when you wake up, it's going to be very cold, 22 again, feeling a little colder before we start to see that warm up. Been hearing a lot about a warmer Christmas. This takes us right to Christmas Day, and we will see some warmer temperatures, but that just means it's probably going to be anywhere around the mid 50s.